Killer. It gives me a chance to get out and about on the bike. I did the office grass this morning, excuse me, but on the way to the market the other day, I ran out of gas. And I thought, I got the petcock turned on the correct way, not reserve. Well, as it turned out, I probably built that petcock out of parts. And here's some of the parts I have. So what had happened, so if anybody ever takes these kind of petcocks apart, you can have the handle on the left, you can have the handle on the right. And sometimes, hey, where'd you go? Oh boy, I tell you. Sometimes these, the directional nylon, you see it's got a large, let me see if I can see it. I think it's a large section on the top or small on the bottom. Let's see here. Sometimes they'll have the little pin in the center that holds the spring. I better get my reading glasses out here. So yeah, the big one, hey, there it goes again. The big one, the big slot normally goes at the top, which means these two things are on the right-hand side. Well, that's for one that is not this way, but where it exits on this way, like that one. Let's see, do I have one? No, I pretty much they all go the wrong way. These are for the early 80s. These were toward the front on the left-hand side, and as the evolution turn course turned around and put it going this way. And of course it'd have to be this way so you can get to the flipper, but they started facing them the other way. That's the way mine is on that bike, the 98. So the important thing, what I did, I thought this thing had come loose and started moving around, so the gas just snuck in where it can. And but your standpipe goes in the little hole, or the hole, and the other one here, that's the reserve, and then this one goes up inside here, goes up inside here about halfway. Well, mine, this one must have got hot. I had to re-round that, and then the curve, it's got a weird curve. Sometimes these things are loose, sometimes they're not. I guess sometimes they're loose in there. That one's not loose. That one's loose. Whoop, there we go again. That one's loose, so you put it in, but it doesn't go any further. And sometimes it's better if they stick out a little further. Well, I thought it came loose because I ran out of gas. My neighbor Chuck, he was nice enough to come and give me some gas. I thought this had come loose, but it really can't, because the rubber goes in first, then this goes in the little hole, and what you screw this up into the gas tank, rests on that lip, so this is never going to move unless it physically breaks around the bottom. So what it was, I had this going to the right, and you just have to double check by putting in the thing in there and blowing down the standpipe and seeing if it's reverse. So the thing was, mine turned off to this side, but it should have turned off to that side, meaning it should have been this way is off, which mine is now, but it was off this way. Of course, reserve is at the top, because there's a little arrow on these things, little arrow, and the regular is down at the bottom. But I also needed where this here on, they always seem to be about this way. But what I needed was the nub on the other side. So in essence, when it's off, it's this way, pointing toward the rear of the bike, not the other way. And when you do that and have this in here, this way, then what happens is you're always draining from the reserve. So even after you assemble it, go ahead and stick a little pipe in there in the top in the reserve hole right here, you know, and then blow down the hole and have it set to reserve. Then turn it off. It should be off. Then you can blow into this end and make sure that it's coming out of here when you have it on the regular tank, non-reserve. And then off totally. So, yeah, if you start tinkering with them like I do, and I've gotten several. I really like this one. That was the other one, but it's vacuum operated. But I actually epoxied it shut, and I think I made a gasket or something, if I remember. I was going to use this because I do like it. Oop, goes this way. I do like it because it's got a good flipper, and it's real nice and click, click, positive. But I like the original ones. That's what I've got on there now. So, just a quick thing here, if I haven't drove you crazy. Here's a teeny tiny one. But I haven't drove you crazy by now. Well, they even had them with the small flippers and the vacuum. So that was probably first. Then they went to the fancy, probably when they did the last carbureted in the twin cam era. But I do like that one. Then there's like a chrome one, and of course there's the old style with the adapter. If you have the newer tank made by an aftermarket manufacturer, they put the, I think it's 22 millimeter, but normally that should, do I have one of those? No, I got this one. Normally it's got pipe threads. So in the tank that was on my bike was an aftermarket, and it had the adapter. But when I put these tanks, which are the original, on here, and original, I think it had a dent and they fixed it. I don't know. I think they bought like it's 1978 and a half color. So someday, if I hit the lottery, I'd like to get a 1970 actual set. Yeah. So that's the original tank because it's the pipe thread. So, but yeah, this one here, like I say, it goes to the back, and that's the way it should be. I was always facing it this way, but I had the wrong plate and the plastic in there. So, well, it took me, I think I ran out of gas twice before I figured it out. You can see a lot of stuff's gone. There's a guy on eBay that stopped down at my house and bought a lot of stuff. I still have some stuff in the shelf, and I have a lot of smalls. Of course, I have a lot of stuff in there I drug out of a basement. But I have my small stuff still. But he was nice enough to come down and buy a whole bunch of stuff I laid out here. Fenders, tanks, just, a lot of stuff I've had for years and years and years. And he's a big seller on eBay, Rocky's Chop Shop. So he was nice enough to do that. Well, I'll catch you guys later. I hope this helps. Sometimes the little things, you just, you think you done it right. And then years later you figured out, nope. I also carry a small can of gas with me now. It's like a tube can. I always do it when I go cut grass because I have to put my own gas in. So I just go ahead and carry that can of gas with me. And I think it carries like a quart. So hopefully I won't have to get on the phone and call somebody, hey, I ran out of gas. Petcock's fixed, and I have to remember each time whatever bike I'm throwing the can of gas in there. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a great week. It's Monday, and it's getting pretty nice out there. The leaves are really coming around and poking here out on the trees and everything. I cut the grass this morning, and Chuck brought me over some moose antlers there. So I think I'll have to put them on the front of the garage here somewhere. Got a lot of birdhouses I make, and then they nest in there, and they nest in their grill, and they nest up there. So maybe on either side of the window, I will put those. That'd be nice. I think the mooses, the birds will nest in the moose. Well, get you guys later. See ya. Bye-bye. Have a great week. Stay safe. There's already been a couple of accidents around here, I tell you. Keep your eyes and all that kind of stuff. And like I say, if you like wrenching on them, and get out there and ride, it's good for you. It is. Catch you later. Bye-bye.